Hey guys, and welcome to Olivia's Catastrophe. So this is the first week of Al's Magical Readathon. This is day one and I decided I'm going to be vlogging my time reading for this readathon, and I just wanted to make these vlogs a bit more chill than my usual ones because lately I've been filming a lot of vlogs and deleting them all just because I feel like they're not up to par, my life is boring or something like that. But then I realised that first of all, you guys are nice. You're not going to be like, oh, your life is too boring to vlog, and Caught Between the Pages did this really chill video. I'll leave a link down below to it, and I thought, you know, I can just do a chill video like that. So the readathon started earlier this morning and I woke up at 7, and since then I've just been, you know, eating breakfast, getting ready. I'm still in my pajamas, and I have been listening to the audiobook of The Secret Garden, which is for one of the prompts. I think it's herbology. I will check that. So I've listened to the first 9 chapters, which is 1/3 of the book, which is really good. And I am going to just tell you what I plan to do today, and then we're going to get right on with it. So I'm going to first take a photo of my March wrap up. I read 20 books in March. You probably have the video up already, so I'll leave a link to that somewhere. And those, yeah, going to take a photo of that. JD Reader suggested I do a bookstagram behind the scenes so you see how I take my photos, which I do want to do, but I need to give myself time to actually go all out for that video and make it proper and decent like I know I'd want to do if I was doing such a video. And I'm also going to film my March wrap-up video, and then I'm just planning to iron all morning and listen to The Secret Garden. For reviews for this one, like when I finish the book, I'm just going to say 2 words to summarise my thoughts and feelings because I still want to give people incentive to watch my April wrap-up, even if I'm vlogging the whole month. And yeah, what else do you need to know? Oh, and today, because I'm in the Netherlands right now, which is where I grew up, but not where I live anymore because I live in the UK for university, while I'm here I tend to have a lot of time to myself, so you won't see me going to uni. So today we're going to see Louisa, who is my best friend, and she's really cool. So it's day 2 of the readathon. Yesterday I got to chapter 20 of 28 of The Secret Garden, but today I'm going to work in the primary school I'm leaving right now, and we're going to be working the whole day, so there's not going to be much footage today. But yeah, after that I'm going to my friend's house, my other best friend, and we are going to have a sleepover, which is going to be really fun. And yeah, I don't know how much reading I'll get done today, but while I cycle to school and cycle to her house afterwards, I'll keep listening to that audiobook. Okay, so I'm here at my friend's house, and I got here a bit sooner than she did because she's on the bus, but working at the school is really nice. I had a great time with these kids. Like, why do I fall in love with kids so easily? And one of them was talking about how avocados are a superfood but they don't give you superpowers. It was the cutest thing ever. But yeah, I'll be at her house now. Hey guys, so I just got back home and I think it's time for a bit of an update. Today is day 3. Yesterday when I went to my friend's house I didn't really feel much because I was just chilling with her, and then this morning I had to leave her house at 7:40 to get to school for 8:10 so I could cover another shift, and I am back home now. We took the kids on a day trip and it was quite chaotic, but it wasn't actually that chaotic because the kids are so well behaved and it was a lot of fun. And on the way back home I finished listening to The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and I have to say it was quite good. It was a quite good book, and I'll leave it at that. So I wish I could say that I'm going to start my next read today, but I cannot because I have so much things to do. I want to post my wrap-up video on my channel. I want to post a book review on my blog post for Big Bones by Laura Dockrell. I want to do some other stuff. I don't even know what it is, but I've got like a list of things I need to do. And then I can finally read this evening, so it's going to be a bit of time before we get to reading, but that is the plan. And the next book that I'm going to start reading is, I think it's The Glass Magician, which is to read a sequel, Next Ingredient. Yeah, let's get to it. But I wasn't needing to turn those pages, and yeah, things happened the way I... Hey guys, it's day 4 and reading hasn't really been going so well, basically because it's been non-existent, but I just feeling really ill today. I really can't shake this blocked nose, so I probably sound atrocious, but whatever. I am in a creative mood. I'm going to film 2 videos, I'm going to take some photos, and then I'm going to write a review, and I'm going to work on my assignment. I'll talk about that more when I start working on my 2 assignments, because, you know, let's get some uni life into this vlog. And then I'm going to read tonight. I'm going to be reading The Glass Magician, and I am so ready to read as much as possible of that tonight as I can on my Kindle. I love my Kindle cover, because it looks like a book. The mess after doing a photo shoot is always quite intense. Hey guys, and welcome to this flattering angle of me. So today's just been so long. It took ages for me to do all those photos, and I went food shopping with my mum. I slept because this headache, I just can't kick it. My appetite has been non-existent, and yeah, that's that. But I'm going to try and start working on my Shakespeare assignment. So basically for Shakespeare, 50% of our grade is coursework and 50% is an exam that I'm doing in May. And for the coursework, you can either choose to do a creative project / essay or a full essay. And I chose to do a creative project / essay, and what I'm going to be doing is writing 6 poems based on the absent women in Shakespeare, so women who have an impact on decisions made in the play but aren't very present, like Cordelia in King Lear or Juliet's mother in Romeo and Juliet. And yeah, I'm going to write 6 poems based on them, and then I get to write a 3,000-word essay linking my poems to the educational stuff and analysing Shakespeare a bit and making it all official as well. So that's what I'm going to do, and for one of the things I need to make sure all of the women that I've chosen 6, that they meet the criterion, which is a certain limit to the lines that they say in the play, so I've got to count these absent woman lines. That's what I'm going to do first, and then I'm going to work on the poetry. I don't know if I'll get any of the poetry written today because this headache is so painful, like noise hurts. I just want to be better. I'm so frustrated because I miss doing yoga, which is something you can't do when you're ill. Guys, it's day 5, so yesterday I just worked on my assignment before I went to bed, and I also started to read on my Kindle The Nowhere Girls by Amy Reed, which was not what I was supposed to start reading, but I just felt like picking it up, and I did. So far we're being introduced to the characters, and I really like it. I'm so intrigued by the character who has autism, and I'm really finding that perspective interesting, but there's quite a lot of perspectives, and I'm just enjoying the first 30%. I watched some booktube before I went to sleep, like to help me fall asleep, and it's just inspired me to see all those OWL videos and OWL TBRs, so I'm in the mood to read a bit more. But before we get to that today, I've got a lot to do. I need to bake a banana bread because there's the church Easter dinner service happening happening tomorrow. I'm not going, but my mum is, and she's going to take my banana bread. I need to bake that. I want to go to the Free Little Library. I'm going to cycle there. It's 2 roads away, and I unhauled a bunch of books, and I'm going to put some of my books in there. I don't know if I'm going to take any books and like do the actual swap that you're supposed to do, but I'll definitely be putting books in there anyway because I'd like to support the reading community, and it'd be good for them to have some free English books because English books do cost quite a bit more money here, as it's the Netherlands and English is not the native language. And I am also going to work more on my assignments because I really need to get going on that. I just have so many plans for today, and you're going to come with me. The first thing we're going to be doing is taking some Instagram photos for this trilogy, the Chaos Walking trilogy, which I read last month and absolutely adored, and I also am going to film a video for YouTube for that. So I'm going to start doing that first of all, but I am going to continue reading The Nowhere Girls because I just am enjoying it so much. We are going to be doing the fun part, which is making the banana bread. So, my little sister's very eager to be in the video. Hi, Simone. Bye, Simone. That's all you get from her today. The real crime of this banana cake is the fact that it's not for me to eat, and I can smell it, and it's warm and fresh out the oven, but I'm not supposed to eat it. Oh dear. What are we having for dinner tonight?
Indian takeout.
Yes, and what are we doing afterwards?
Watching Surrogate.
Together.
Legend Bill. You say much.
What we watch this way.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Okay, so we were watching Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and then we came to the part where a zombie was, and why did we have to turn off the film, Simone? Stop drinking the water and tell them why we had to turn off the film. Tell them. Tell them.
Olivia's being a wimp.
No, my little sister is scared of the zombies.
No, Olivia.
So welcome to day 6 of the Readathon. So yesterday, instead of watching Pride and Prejudice because Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, because that wasn't going to happen for me and my sister, we stayed up till half midnight watching YouTube videos, compilations of Doctor and Merlin, which are both series that me and my little sister love. So we watched those until half midnight. And also Matt does fitness Luca compilations. I'll leave links to those down below because it's the cutest thing and also like nostalgia. So after that I went to bed and I was going to go to sleep, but I decided to play around on my phone, and then I got into my Kindle app, and then I got into Fairy Tale Volume 1, and I read the whole book in the middle of the night last night, and I finished it, and that's my passing my Care of Magical Creatures exam, and I think that the manga was just okay, but it was still good enough for me to stay up all night reading it. I slept for a bit and then I woke up this morning. Oh, and yesterday I also started my buddy read of Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater with http.bookish on Instagram. She's reading this series for the first time and she knows that I absolutely adore this series, and I haven't reread it yet. I've mostly just been reading fanfic from it because, let's be real, I just want to read about my shit. But I decided to reread it while she reads it for the first time, and we read until page 97. So we're like a quarter of the way through. So I really did a lot of reading yesterday, reading a whole manga and then reading a quarter of this. This is not on my Al's Magical Readathon TBR, but if I can't finish some of my other books, I might just use it to replace one of the prompts and shuffle things around a bit. We'll see, and we'll go from there. So that's all the reading that I've done. Today the plan is I'm going to the nail salon with my mother. She's getting her fingernails and her toenails done. I'm getting my toenails done, and we're just having some mother-daughter quality time while I'm here, and then we're going to go out for lunch together and just have a bit of a catch-up and a talk, which shall be nice. Why are we so excited? She made porridge for breakfast, and who loves porridge?
No, don't cheat.
We got to get the porridge!
Come on!
Yes! Yes! We are walking to church on this fine morning. Away we go. Look at all these daffodils. It's beautiful. So beautiful. So my dad is asking me to go up this ladder because there's some blackbirds that are making a nest up on our roof. So like there's a ladder and
You feel free to do this though.
there's some blackbirds on the roof, and I'm not that scared of heights anymore, but I don't trust ladders and unstable things that add to heights, so I'm not looking forward to this at all. And I bet he knows what he was doing. He was asking me. Dinner. Hi guys, so this is the end of this first vlog. I'm just going to give you a bit of a reading update because I actually did read it yesterday. So yesterday we read up to chapter 22 of Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and I think I'm just going to count it for the readathon and fit it into one of my prompts. And yeah, loving rereading this. I think we're almost halfway, which is just really fantastic. I'm also going to be buddy reading Scythe with Madison Green. But yes, we are buddy reading Scythe and we're reading 2 chapters a day, so it's really manageable. And again, this wasn't on my TBR, but I think I'm going to make it fit because we're hoping to finish in April. And I read the first 2 chapters and I really loved the concept and I can't wait to read more. And as well as that, something that was actually on my TBR, I've got to 50%, so halfway through, The Glass Magician by Charlie N. Holberg, and I'm really enjoying this sequel, and learning about glass magic is fantastic. It's such a great magic system that she's got going on here. So that's all the reading that I've done. I hope you've enjoyed coming along in this reading vlog. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you are good or bad at sticking to a TBR, because we can safely say that I'm terrible at it. And yes, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!